What am I thinking of?
The Marvels trailer dropped just a couple of days ago. I don't know about you guys, but I am really excited about that movie. I can't wait to see it in November.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be quite the experience.
I like that people make memes about, like, does anyone even know who Miss Marvel is from a show, or the... See, I'm already struggling. The girl from WandaVision, and it's like, dude, who knows who Captain Marvel is?
Monica Rambeau.
Who knows who Captain Marvel is?
Yeah, you can complain about the characters or criticize the characters all you want, but like the fact that you guys make so many videos about these characters, you just can't do the whole "oh, no one cares," right? Who even knows who these people are?
Yeah.
You fucking do. That's why you're talking about it.
Well, and so what this is actually, I think this video is them testing the waters early. You know what I mean? Like it's basically, this is, going back to that image I showed where, it's going to tell us a little bit about how the sustainability of this grift in November. They're kind of testing the waters, right? Like they don't want to go all in on talking about it nonstop unless they know that there's a ban for it, probably.
Boo.
She showed up in Endgame briefly, Captain Marvel, I mean. And then of the people who saw her movie, how many people even remember the plot line? Seriously.
So notice how it's like he's saying all this with such authority and shit, and it's like you're not saying anything except this speculation based on your own, your own lack of concern for the movie. Like, how many people even know? Yeah, nobody even remembers it. And it's like, does he think that he's making a factual statement there? I don't know.
It's fine if people don't like the movie, like that's completely fine. But this whole thing about like oh, who even remembers the movie? There's a shit ton of people who probably love that movie or who just enjoyed it or watched it or remember it and are looking forward to the Marvels, and they just aren't a part of your side of the internet.
Well, and look, and I've made it no secret that Captain Marvel is not one of my favorite Marvel movies. It's pretty low on the list, but at the same time, I remember the plot. I've seen it once, and I remember the plot.
Yeah,
like what kind of a criticism or attempt at criticism that's because it's not
a very complicated plot.
No,
like most Marvel movies, it's pretty simple to remember. If you don't remember it after you've talked a bunch about
standard origin
it,
story plus amnesia, basically.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Like right now, I just think that like they're bashing on Captain Marvel, and it's like, who even remembers that? It's like, look at these guys that we're watching right now. They remember Captain Marvel. They made a lot of fucking money on Captain Marvel.
They remember the paychecks.
I'm sure their audience remembers Captain Marvel. It's so full of crap. And
least of all, Brie Larson.
Exactly.
I think the past 4 years has been like the most subtle walk back in cinema history, where it's like they launched her movie with all these bold plans that she was going to be the face of Marvel going forwards. Like,
did they? Because I think I remember them saying specifically that Doctor Strange was going to be more like the kind of take over the torch from Tony Stark a bit. That's what I remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember
I think
them saying
obviously they were also just seeing who's stuck, because MCU kind of rolls with what happens.
And also, why would they roll back on Captain Marvel? Because all like these imbeciles online talk about it, right? And then they complain, right? And they think that Disney's gonna be like, oh no, like let's we're scared of them, right? Let's dial down the Captain Marvel. The movie made a shit ton of money for them. They're gonna keep Captain Marvel in it. They keep bringing her back for like cameos. Right now, she's getting like a full movie.
I want to see how much. Let's play a game here, audience, everybody. How often do they actually talk about the movies themselves? What's in the movie? Because so far they haven't. They really haven't. They've mentioned the plot, but that's not talking about the movie. That's talking about how many people remember it. So like it's all this meta conversation that's designed to insult the existence of the movie at all. Yeah.
We also haven't gotten far in.
Not at all. I'm gonna let it play for a while. Sorry. Are you guys positive there's something egregious comes up? But
like basically, forget Iron Man now. It's going to be Captain Marvel. She's going to be leading the Avengers. And then, like, the insane backlash to that character hit, and suddenly it's like, let's just keep her in the background for now. And it's now like 4 years later, and we've seen her like, I don't know, a grand total of like 2 minutes of screen time in that whole period. She has done absolutely nothing. They know that she is a gigantic.
Okay, I'm sorry. Do they think that they caused things
this
to
is
be
getting a
the
bit
way that they
thick.
are?
Yeah.
I had to pause it. I'm sorry, but like, yeah, he seems to be implying that they
Yeah.
had some effect on what. There wasn't an insane backlash, only on YouTube. You know, just literally on YouTube.
Yeah. Like
Mhm.
they brought her back for Endgame, where she fucking like blew up those massive spaceships.
And she was also in Shang-Chi, so like, if they were really trying to like walk back and like, they wouldn't have put her. They didn't, you know, they went out of their way to get her to put her in the fucking post-credit scene of Shang-Chi.
Exactly. But
Like-
I think that's one of the things that they're referring to. It's like, oh, they give her these small cameos because they don't want to use her, you know? But it's like they didn't have to put her in Shang-Chi, but they did, right? To keep her in the show or in the MCU. They're coping very hard.
So I'm finding. Apparently, Feige did say she's going to be. Trying to find the exact context here because that's important, as Bob taught us. Okay, so she is about to take the lead and be
Real
at the
quick.
forefront of the entire cinematic universe, and it's like, okay, but I don't know that how has she not been that? Just because she hasn't been in every single movie, or
Yeah.
what? Like, what is the criteria that they're pointing to? That she hasn't-
Famously, Robert Downey
Yeah.
Jr. has been in every single MCU movie in the first 3 phases.
Right.
Even Captain
Did you
America,
know
the
that?
first one.
Over $1 billion, guys. Just insane. Like this is one of the most successful Marvel solo movies ever.
Yeah, she played yeah, exactly. She literally played a crucial role in the plot of the movie. You know, and then they had to kind of remove her from the plot for a couple of reasons. I think partly because she would have definitely dominated a story that was supposed to be about the original Avengers.
Yes,
And then also because she's too powerful. That they when she finally did enter back into the story, it was like, you know, she's fucking wiping out Thanos' ship.
Yeah, like that's the thing. They obviously don't bring her in for a bunch of like the smaller projects because she would just win.
Right. You can't. And
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah. So there's been 2 Spider-Man films made, but you don't want to count Spider-Verse because it's not part of the
It's
little
not the MCU.
cinematic universe we're talking about.
Yeah. It's
And
like
it's also
on its own
fucking
schedule,
Spider-Man.
so-
Like
It's also worth noting, like they I think they were they're on contract to do those first 3 Spider-Man movies like within 2 years of each
Yeah.
other. I mean, they literally did the entire Spider-Man MCU trilogy in between Guardians 2 and 3.
Yeah, and it's also Spider-Man.
Right.
Know?
It's Spider-Man. He's
The-
It's
What-
established
one of-
already.
That's it, too.
One
You
of
know,
the biggest
think
superheroes.
about this, think
They're
about this.
obviously gonna make movies.
Sorry, think about this. Imagine if they had done the opposite and they'd like literally put her in every project almost or whatever. They would be complaining about that because like they're forcing it or whatever. And it's like instead they show restraint, and that's not good either. It's like it just goes to show they're going to use, no matter what happens, they're going to twist it to, you know, make it mean whatever they fucking want it to mean, negative. And you think about Hulk. You know, he was not in everything. I'm still trying to find exactly where it was said that she was going to be the face. I found where it said that she was going to be at the forefront. I think those are different things. There was all this content. You can go still find it on YouTube, like just people posting videos of like some interview where, you know, they're this like Brie Larson and Chris Hemsworth or something, and it's like, look, they all hate her. And it's like an interview. It's like nothing like that is being shown or whatever. They're like laughing about something and like, oh look, don't you see? They all. It's like you guys are fucking demented about Brie Larson, man.
Bro, all the fucking body language expert videos.
Oh god. Yeah.
Oh
horrible
god.
to watch.
Oh my god.
Like if you put that much effort into like analyzing the body language, you can find the exact same thing for any fucking actor.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, absolutely.
Robert Downey Jr. Well, look, he annoyed his Jeremy Renner who side-eyed him. Like
Yeah.
like what does it prove? Even if in those interviews, right, Brie Larson said something that kind of makes the other person be like, oh, okay, that was a bit weird, right? So fucking what? Does
Yeah.
that justify the fucking hate brigade for
So
years upon years that still
therefore-
hasn't ended? Yes.
Like I don't even have to watch it. I know it's a bad movie because of awkward interview, possibly, right? Like we don't even know.
Yep.
Like I'm even giving them way credit than I should by calling it an awkward interview because it's an interview where people are goofing off. That happens. Get over it. Yeah.
So what I'm seeing is that we probably don't need to watch this whole video or any more of it.
We are so slow. One day we just need to have like a full stream where we just watch a clip in its entirety because we take so long to. And I agree that we should probably be moving on, but.
Well, I mean, there's not much. They're just doing.
But
the
yeah,
same
no,
thing.
we could do Mauler style streams.
Oh, fucking
I think that's dishonest. I think that would be dishonest if we forced ourselves to kind of like continue commenting, just making comments, because that's what they're doing. They're just saying bullshit, different versions of the same thing, and their whole point is to try to undermine any interest in the Marvels. Like, that's generally what their message is when it's like we just keep. I don't know. To me, it's just tedious to have to do that.
Yeah. It's also just they outline what they want to say pretty early on,
Well, let's skip a couple minutes ahead and see if they maybe got onto something more substantial. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Going into 4.5 minutes in here.
When you get, I think Mauler, you mentioned it. Like this movie isn't just a Captain Marvel movie. Now it's predicated on the three of them like supporting it essentially because they kind of know that Captain Marvel's not all that popular.
Okay, yeah.
So
they're still on it.
He's like, and he just makes these claims because they kind of know that Captain Marvel is blah, blah. It's like, where the fuck are you getting this, dude?
Why does it not make sense for a movie for these three to be a movie, right? Captain Marvel, the daughter of her best friend, and the new superhero who adores her.
Well, and also in the comics, Monica has been Captain Marvel at different points, and their powers are very related and stuff. So, like, yeah, it makes, but also, so in the narrative sense, it makes sense, but also in the I guess the fucking studio sense, because these movies, whenever you team up, superheroes do better than when when they're solo. It's like we've reached that point now where once you got to Avengers, and then especially once you get to Endgame and stuff, people love it when these fucking characters come together and do shit.
Yeah.
And so of course they're going to look for reasons to do that, and it's because it's narratively makes so much sense from the source material that these characters are all related. Of course they would do it.
It's also just a better title, The Marvels, than Captain Marvel 2. Like if you can change up the title in some way other than just naming it 2, I'm all for that.
Same. Yep.
Like Captain Marvel 2 is just boring compared to the Marvels, And this was like the other character. I want to see more of them, right? Like if for example, if Miss Marvel is going to be a bigger deal throughout the next couple of phases, I don't just want like a TV show. Also for the people who don't watch the TV shows, who watch the movies, right? It's like I want these characters from the TV shows to show up in the movies. I think that would be
absolutely,
cool. To Captain 2 Marvel.
But I mean, by the way, I don't know if you guys noticed, but Critical Drinker is wearing a shirt from that woke franchise, Aliens.
Oh, nice.
Oh, so woke.
It's
How
it's
could
the
you do
Nostromo,
this?
which is the I think that was the ship of this first alien. That was the Nostromo's. Aliens is the Sulaco.
Oh yeah, the one with the
Actually didn't know the
woman
name in the second Aliens,
who survives and saves the day, even despite all the men
All
failing.
the badass space marines, and she's the one that lives, and she's the badass that knows how to handle things. Yeah, she's Mary Sue.
Well, we're talking about Elliot Ripley, right?
Yeah.
Or am I in the wrong reality? Am I in the wrong?
Yeah, the only reason I haven't recorded that thing yet is because I feel like it would just be weird to try and maintain the kayfabe of it. So like I would just read it, and then we would just immediately fall out of the kayfabe of trying to pretend. But so, all right, so I skipped ahead.
Yeah,
another minute and a half. Let's see.
All right. Move off of that topic. Have you of Disney Marvel shows? Have you been keeping track of this Daredevil Afterbirth that's being worked on here?
I'm trying to not think.
So these guys, like that kind of comment, it reminds me so much
damn
of
it.
how I was
Mm.
in like high school, maybe ninth grade, eighth grade, where
Yeah.
I would just say like, I thought it was so clever. Maybe for that age I was, I don't know. But like, it'd be like, if I wanted to insult something, I would do it like that, like afterbirth. Because like, ew, gross. And make my buddies
Yeah.
laugh and stuff. And it's like, these guys just didn't grow past that.
Yeah, no,
It's,
that's the best way to describe it because it definitely sounds like something that's like, oh, it's edgy. I said afterbirth. It's like
right.
nobody cares, man. No.
Now, if you want to go try partial birth, motherfucker, then I'm sorry.
Yeah, like was he trying to like be quirky, be funny?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, look at him. He's smiling. He's clearly very pleased with himself. Why is he in black and white, by the way? What a douche. Jesus Christ. Why are they wearing
I'm so
sunglasses? These
clever.
fucking guys.
It's part of his edgelord image shit. Like
They're
these guys
gonna-
who stream, it's like I have to wear sunglasses to stream. Didn't you know that?
they're
Oh yeah,
gonna-
because the blue light, your regular old sunglasses, they block it. Spoiler alert, they don't.
Why is
It's just
What?
I'm sorry. I'm just like I get confounded by these guys, their existence and the way they are sometimes.
Mhm.
But I love how we're halfway through. Up until that point, they basically just lie about the relevance of Captain Marvel, and
What?
then they move on to something else.
Yep.
Nice.
That's the thing that drives me nuts. So this
Think about
idea,
it.
let's shit on stuff before we've seen it. Like, I can have bad ideas on, like, be like, oh, well, I don't like this piece of news. I don't like that piece of news. I can give you my critique on that. But, like, I don't actually know the finished product until it's out. You don't. Maybe, like, you'll be like, oh, they cast so-and-so, and I don't think it's a good call. But let's see what they do.
Well-
God forbid we have a nuanced take. Yeah.
Also,
And so you would
did they
think that-
mention why it's everything wrong with the MCU?
Yeah, everything wrong with it. Exactly. And I don't think, I mean, we did skip ahead a little bit, but I don't think we heard them say anything like that.
No. It's also something I'd
Mhm.
want some deep analysis of to prove that point, but okay.
I mean, look, because here's the deal. You'd think the drinker by now would have learned his lesson about prejudging things before they come out,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because you got this example. And, he changed the thing because, like, people liked it. And then, wait, you got another example. He did that with Prey. How to spoil a good movie, a good idea. And then once the movie was good, people liked it. Doesn't look great. And then a fence-sitting kind of backhanded insult review title, so that he can get the people that liked it and the people that don't like it all at the same time. Fuck, man. It's almost like he's doing it on purpose, knowingly, grifting, almost. So yeah, like we were saying earlier, when we say that we can't know for sure if people they're grifting or whatever, it's like I can get pretty close, as close as I possibly can without literal evidence. I can get right up to that line. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you put all the context together. You put all the examples together, like this one, which Drinker I don't think was really part of this specific thing, but he hangs out with these people.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then you start to think, maybe he's a little grifty, huh? Maybe a little grifty boy.
I mean, they are the only people he interacts with on YouTube, basically.
Yeah, EFAP and Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's almost like they know they are part of the same type of
And it's like,
tone.
and if you're like a movie review channel, right, and you get invited onto a show with, and you're like, oh, you know what? Oh, Geeks and Gamers, okay, Nerdrotic, okay, cool. They sound like other geek channels, right? And you get on there, and and they obviously don't talk about any of their actual beliefs, and it's just like a thing, and then you never do that again, and you like go back to making your own content. Like that's something else, right?
Sure.
But like you can't deny that he's in this part of in this community. That he's friends with them, he makes the same content, he makes content with them. Like anyone who denies that he's like working together and makes a lot of the same content as people like Geeks and Gamers, Mauler, Nerdrotic stuff. You just can't. They make content together.
It's just a slightly more, kind of like dulled edge than a lot of their content about it.
Yeah.
He
Like,
at least
yeah.
puts a little effort
He
into
speaks a
trying
lot
to
more vagaries than they do.
It's obviously, and also like, I'd much rather watch a Critical Drinker video than a Geeks and Gamers video. Easily. I just think it's more entertaining, even though I disagree with pretty much everything. Or a lot of the things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they say we're all grifters. We've all been called that. That's what the grifters audiences call us, right? It's like,
I mean, I wish I was making more money, but
yeah,
no.
It's kind of interesting with even how low effort Critical Drinker is. He has higher effort than Geeks and Gamers, which is
right. That's what I was going to say. He at least puts some effort into. He's got a character, even if it is kind of just an expression of himself. It's still he puts a little bit of I guess style, if you want to call it that, in that.
Similar to Mauler, like Mauler does make some like when he's not streaming, he does make some like long ass videos.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like he definitely does put more effort into this than a Geeks and Gamers does, but still,
yeah. I mean, I did a whole video on Grifter, by the way, on my channel. If anybody wants to know, kind of, and I think we all generally agree about what we mean by it. But like, it did occur to me a while back that like maybe people don't, because it's people. Some people do seem to think that it's just a thing you say about people that say things you don't like.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, there's lots of people saying shit I really don't like, but I don't think they're
not a grifter.
And that's where it comes back to tie into the earlier thing, the patterns thing, right? Patterns are how you spot a grifter. But
no, I was just gonna say a lot of times I see people use it just making money doing something makes you a grifter. It's like
no,
fuck no.
No.
I think that anyone who's making content on YouTube who can monetize their videos should get money for what you're doing, because YouTube is profiting off of the videos we make, right? Make the money you do.
True.
But that's not the thing. A grifter is not just someone who makes money on YouTube.
So I think the difference would be like for us when we're not on stream or whatever, we're probably we'll see some take from some chud anti-fan, and we're just like, man, like, god damn, that sucks that they're putting that out in the world. We actually kind of causes us like a bit of frustration, like we're like, god damn it, they're fucking screwing up with the fandom and whatever. And then like these guys though, when they're not doing their content, they probably see some new Marvel's trailer, and all they think is, fuck yeah, I gotta get on top of that. Fuck yeah, that's gonna we're gonna get some clicks on that shit. They're not thinking, oh, I'm so worried about the MCU. I'm so worried about the fans and what like they're not fucking concerned about the content or the people that are receiving the content or anybody's real feelings. It's just, here is the grift. This is what I grift on, right? I don't know.
No, yeah, I get that. It's like I purposely make myself dissociate from some of the stuff when I'm just by myself. It's like I can't just be on Twitter all day long, because then I'll see this stuff and I'll actually get worked up about it, right? It's something I care about. I'm like, fuck, this is still happening, right? And it's just relentless. I need to be like, you know what? Okay, I need to take a step back when I'm not making videos for my own sake, right? Because otherwise I get I get too invested in it. While these people are like you said, fuck yeah. When something happens that they don't like, they're not like, oh, fuck, why did that happen? They're like, yes, I can profit. I can make a video. This is perfect.